Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Book Chat. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope that you will subscribe so you never miss another great book that we're having a look at. So I actually picked two books this week that I kind of newly discovered, even though they're not new books. But in my kindergarten class for the month of January, we are doing an author study on Jan Brett. And I was really familiar with some of her books. And then there were some other books that I was not familiar with at all. And so the two that I want to talk to you about today are adaptations of traditional fairy tales. And I just think there's a lot that could be done with these books. So I wanted to share The Three Snow Bears, which is a spin on Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but it takes place in the north. And instead of Goldilocks stumbling into the bear's house, it is a little girl who loses her dog sled and she stumbles into a polar bear cave. And there are three polar bears, very similar to the traditional Three Bears story. But I just think there's a lot that you could do with it, and the illustrations in true Jan Brett fashion are beautiful, and it's worth just looking at the book just to look at the pictures because it is lovely. But there are all kinds of discussions that you could have about the original Three Bears story versus this version of the Three Bears, and then have children go on and make up their own version of the Three Bears. What could they think of that could happen? So that's one of the books that I want to look at. And the second one is, this one cracks me up. It's a Cinderella version, but all of the characters, the main characters, are all chickens. So this, it's quite a funny story because you don't really associate chickens with princessy type, glamorous type characters. So where this idea came from is Jan Brett actually raises chickens, and she has lots of them and she's very attached to them. And so her inspiration for this version of this story came from her own chickens. And you can actually, I will link them below, some of the YouTube videos that are out that she has put up about her own chickens. But again, this would be a great book to compare traditional Cinderella with the chicken version of Cinderella. And my favorite Cinderella version probably is Babette Cole's Prince Cinders and Princess Smarty Pants. So you could compare all three of those and then talk about what other versions the kids could come up with. So this was just something that I really, it made me smile when I read it, because it was a big stretch to think about Cinderella as a chicken, and then to have the prince as a chicken and the stepmother, and the characters really come through. She's done a wonderful job. They shine through, as you know, there's this sort of not so nice stepsister chicken, and the prince is very glamorous and lovely. So she's done a lovely job crafting these characters, and I think that's such a gift as an author to be able to do that, and as an illustrator, because she's done the illustrations as well. So I hope that you'll check out these two books and let me know what you think. Do you like these spins on these traditional fairy tales? So I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will look forward to seeing you next week for another book chat. And remember to subscribe and turn the notifications on so that you know when those book chats are posted. Thanks so much for watching.